Texas football is back in the news, and no, it isn't because they lost to Kansas. It isn't because of a proclamation from their quarterback.
We're back!
And it isn't because a new position group has a $50,000 NIL deal. This is a case of an interview gone wrong. Senior defensive lineman Moro Ojomo had some harsh things to get off his chest about the state of the program. And it wasn't a short interview. It was 25 minutes long. Now, not all of it was bad, but when the topic of young players prioritizing NIL deals came up, Ojomo had some choice words.
They have to somehow see the 24-year-old them, 25-year-old maybe signing their second contract in the NFL for like $50 million, as opposed to seeing the 20-year-old them making $40K off of NIL and sleeping with women and like drinking and like all that, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to, you got $50 million. Now you live in Spanish Oaks, you live in Westlake, you know what I'm saying? Traveling when you want, you got the Rolls Royce outside. Like, that's the life they have to see. And they have to understand that it just doesn't happen on autopilot.
Now, you might be thinking exactly what I thought. That's some wise advice from an elder statesman on the team. A leader who has his priorities in check and wants to help the young players learn to do the same. However, that wasn't all Ojomo said, as he proceeded to go full scorched earth. First, the coaching staff was under fire. It's hard, young players coming in and caring about the wrong things instead of winning. It needs to be player-led, coaches fed. Coaches come and go. Players have to make a stand and basically say enough's enough. 7-6 BS Texas isn't happening anymore. He went in on some of the team saying, guys don't want to be together. Guys don't want to spend time together. They don't see. They're so young and so stupid. I don't know how to explain it. They need us. They need the team. And it's so difficult because NIL makes your mind turn its focus more to social media and more exposure. It's a very in-depth problem. And finally, on the young players. They're 18 and they want to chase women, chase money, and chase alcohol. They don't see the future. They're very distracted by what's in front of them. That's a hard thing, especially for guys who haven't been in a winning culture. Keep in mind, Ojomo isn't the type of guy that's just talking to talk. He walks the walk, and even runs an accountability group he meets with and makes himself available to other players in an attempt to help them make positive changes. It wasn't long before we heard from Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian, who seemed notably frustrated with how the veteran handled the situation, saying, "The forum was really poor. You should not have done that in public. A player-led team. Those issues get taken care of in the locker room, get taken care of in the meeting room. If you're really a family, you don't go out and talk about family business. Take care of things internally." Sarkeesian ended the topic with this.
Should you discipline him for that or just message the team?
Oh, he won't be talking to you guys for a while.
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong, I get it. You don't want a player, especially a guy who's been in the program as long as Ojomo has, a fifth-year senior. He's seen it grow and evolve over the years. It's never good to hear a vet like that put the team and culture on blast. But he has a good point. A major issue that's faced Texas, especially last year, has been their inability to overcome challenges when faced with adversity. Once the tides would turn in a game, the opponent took control and it was pretty much a wrap. Just take a look at the OU game. Or many looks if you're a Sooner fan. Texas led in 5 of its 7 losses and blew double-digit leads to the best teams in the conference. Plus, this isn't the first time someone within the program has gone off. Have we forgotten about defensive line coach Bo Davis's rant after the loss to Iowa State?
This is real! Some of you motherfuckers need to get in the transfer portal. You wanna go? Get in the motherfucker! This shit ain't a game to me! And if you think it's a game, get the fuck off of this bus!
The difference is that rant was kept in-house, or at least it was supposed to be. It's quite different when a player goes public with his frustrations about the program. At the end of the day, you can see both sides of the story. Neither of them are wrong. On Ojomo's end, maybe putting this out there will light a fire under the butts of players and staff to get this stuff figured out. This will be his last hurrah as a senior, and I'm certain he doesn't want a repeat of last year's performance. But going public about it isn't always a good thing, especially when you're part of a program as nationally scrutinized as Texas. On Sarkeesian's end, yes, ideally these things are kept to the locker room, but potentially banning a senior from media, probably not the best move, especially in today's day and age. And I gotta say, one of the things that frustrated me was an article I read that questioned Ojomo's right to speak on other players because, quote, he's only produced 2 career sacks over his 25 starts. You don't need to be going to the league to know bad culture when you see one, especially over a 4-year stretch. At the end of the day, this is just a small blip in what has been a catastrophic decade plus for Longhorn fans. Will they right the ship eventually? Probably so. But for Sarkeesian's sake, it better happen sooner rather than later, because it looks like the seat is already starting to heat up. But I want to hear from y'all, so let me know in the comment section, is this a big deal or are we making something out of nothing? If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, it helps me out a bunch. Check out this video here, and as always, have a great day and see y'all at the next one.